What's up, sir?
What's going on, man?
How are you?
It's been a minute.
Man, it's been 5 years.
5 years.
5 years, dude.
Of course, we were talking behind the scene about what episode number 9.
Yep. Episode number 9. That's crazy.
Different location.
Thank you for supporting me all these years.
Yeah.
One, because
I've always been a big fan of it.
That was we were bootstrapping it back then. I had a little my cell phone in the corner, and the mics. I didn't even know how to work them the whole time. We were running off of computer audio. And,
Got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah.
To kick it off, that's for sure, man. And look at it now, man. This is pretty incredible now.
Well, thanks, dude. But you're doing a lot. There's a lot's happened with you since then.
Since then, tons of things have gone on.
Well, let's run through a real quick kind of introduction to you. Some people, listeners I've built over the years, so the past 5 years that you've been on, may not know, your story. So if we want to run through that real quick, then we'll talk about, kind of what you got going on these days. But
Cool.
Yeah, man. So tell me about. Just give everybody a little bit of background.
I'm Trini Triggs. Grew up in a singing family on my mom's side of the family. Matter of fact, something horrible just happened a couple of weeks ago. She passed.
Sorry about that, man.
But I grew up in a singing family, always entertaining and stuff. And as a little kid in 2nd grade, that's where it all started. I'm singing at my desk, and I got in trouble for singing a song, and the teacher put me in front of the class. That was the punishment. So, it was a pleasure for me to get up there, but after she found out I could sing, they put me in all of the Christmas programs, all of the Thanksgiving programs, the fairs, the festivals, the parade, and it all just started from there, just entertaining and stuff like that. So that's where it started, 2nd grade.
2nd grade, and then you rolled into, when did you sign your first recording deal?
I signed my recording deal with Curb Records, same label with Tim McGraw, Leanne Rhymes, Wynonna Judd, all of those big cats, man. 1997.
And how did they find you?
Well,
were you doing the, on the road, like trying to grind out the tapes and get them in front of people, or like what?
Pretty much. Not as much as a lot of the artists you hear. I mean, I was in every state, everywhere. Mainly here, a little bit in Texas. And I met this one guy that believed in me. He had a little bit of money, didn't have any knowledge of the business or what to do. But we hit the roads doing different things, going to Nashville, going to the big shows to be seen. Because back then it was, other than Charlie Pride, there was no other black country singer. Period.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of pushback?
Not really.
Really?
No. Not that I experienced in front of me, none whatsoever. So with this manager that I had, we came up here to Shreveport. It was Shreve City. Brand new bar was opening up. I think it was Graham's or something like that in Shreve City. Multiplex a venue. And there was a band playing from Texas. So my manager asked if I could get up and sing with the band. And I did a song by Sammy Kershaw, Third Rate Romance. Halfway through singing that song, this guy walks out and stops us from singing. He said, "Oh my God, I've been looking for somebody like you for a long time." And of course, this cat has millions and millions of dollars. That was a guy named Herbert Graham that owned the club, and he owned like 50 nightclubs.
All the ones in Texas and all that stuff.
Everywhere. Florida, Nashville, Arizona, you name it. They were everywhere. Mini banks, racehorses. So he had the money. Still didn't have the knowledge to do what he needed to do, but money speaks.
Yeah.
When you go to Nashville and you got a decent artist, money speaks. Mm-hmm. So basically, that's how it started. We went and cut a few songs, hired an entertainment lawyer. That entertainment lawyer set up the meetings with the labels, and instantly we got signed.
Hell yeah.
5 labels I had 5 meetings at the same time. And we went to one meeting, and then Curb Records heard that those guys were interested in me, but they wanted me to do a showcase where you go and sing for them, then they make the decision.
Yeah.
Mike Curb at Curb Records said, "You know what? After I met with him, he said, "You know what? I want to sign you right now. I like everything about you." So, we were excited.
Yeah.
Kind of wish we'd have waited and looked at all of the other labels just to see the offering there.
Yeah.
But we jumped on Curb Records and, went for a ride.
So how long did it take you to build that to get to there? Like you said, you signed in 97.
Yeah.
How many years did you work up towards that? Not so much, I know you started when you were young, but as far as like taking it seriously, knowing that was going to be your career.
I would probably say about 3 years. I did about 2 years with John Earl Rowe from lived in my area. Of course, he's passed since then too. The one that didn't have a lot of money, a lot of knowledge of it, but cared. Sometimes you have to have heart on your side too. And so we beat the roads for a couple of years, and then we met Herbert Graham. And we beat the roads for about a year, and then it happened. That's awesome. Before that, I was never really pursuing it seriously, or just singing in bands and having a good time. And until that guy approached me and said, "Man, I think you can do something, man. There's nobody that has a record deal, or nobody even seen in country radio, country video that looks like you, period." He said, "I think we would have a great chance because you sing just as good as they sing, and you're real country. You're not fake." It's the real deal.
And it was perfect timing too. I mean, I think your sound, aligned with what was popular
then,
and it wasn't like, which is awesome because that's coming back around right now.
It's coming back around.
So
isn't that amazing?
How long was that stretch from '97 to where you were like touring and before you kind of calmed down and kind of backed off? Like what?
From '97, I think I signed March of '97. Within 3 or 4 months, my first single was out. We were touring everywhere. And we did a lot of great things in those years. I don't know if this is what you're asking me from when it slowed down. 2009.
Okay, so you had a 12-year stint.
2009, and this is tough to even talk about. Without having a lot of tears come out. 2009, my manager, Herbert Graham, lived in Odessa, Texas, I guess received a phone call from the label saying they let me go. So he called John Rowe that lived near me and told John, say, "John, got some bad news, man, they let Trini go." And John said, "Man, let's not call him and tell him that I live 30 minutes from him. Let me drive up and go tell him." 2009, John Rowe drives up, and I don't know why. Before he got out of his car, I felt something was wrong, and sure enough, I was right. I died in the inside. I wouldn't listen to country radio. I wouldn't listen to music. I stopped writing because I had an artist deal and a writer's deal. They paid me every month to write so many songs, good money too. So for a whole year, I didn't do nothing. You ready for this? I received a package in the mail from my entertainment lawyers. Jack Lyons and Jones is a law firm. Open it up, and it reads, "Hey Trini, sad to inform you, but Curb Records is letting you go." So I called Bruce, my bond attorney. I said, "Bruce, it's got this mail saying I've been let go from the labels. I was let go a year ago." He said, "No, you were not." He said, "Remember I told you in the beginning when I got you signed," he said, "Have you still been getting your writer's check?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I told you in the beginning, they can't let you go from one unless they let you go from both." He said, "You were never let go." I was lied to.
So you stopped.
And probably why I got dropped, I didn't go to work for a year. You don't go to work for a year, anybody's gonna get fired. So I was lied to.
Holy hell. What do you think there was just some type of, like, why do you think that was?
I think because someone, I'm not gonna call any names out because I still associate myself with those people. I don't like burning bridges. I think they were trying to get other artists signed up.
I was figuring there had to be some type of motive there.
There's definitely a motive there. To try to maybe help other artists out, maybe get rid of this one. We can if we get rid of Trini, I'll help you sign these other people. Type of thing. So, of course, immediately my first thought was, I'm about to sue somebody. Because I was lied to. But if you sue Nashville, you ain't getting another.
You're never going back.
No label would sign you. And I made sure I talked to several people about that before I pursued it. If you get to sue in Nashville labels or anything like that, and walk in the apartment management, A&R department, people like that, you probably done burn yourself in Nashville now. So I didn't do that.
And
so I had to bite the bullet.
And you just been grinding it out ever since.
And of course I met some people. Over the years that had lots of money, and we pursued some different things like that, and somehow they kind of went away after doing a lot of great stuff. We cut some great songs, and got a lot of money from them and stuff like that. This one guy, he was an oil guy, and he was just dishing off money. Gave me this brand new Hummer to drive, and Hummers was, I'm like, I'm riding. I said, I'm back, man, I'm back. Whoop, whoop, I'm back. That went on for about 6 months.
Yeah.
We made appointments with big time producers up there and getting ready to cut some records with James Stroud.
Okay.
Folks in the music industry probably know that name, James Stroud. Matter of fact, I was in the same studio at the same time with Tracy Lawrence. James Stroud getting ready to produce him and try to cut some stuff on him. And then just out of the blue, the guy disappeared. Out of the blue. Couldn't get him on the phone for another. I'm talking about, he would give me $5,000, $10,000 every week. I want you to live like a star.
Right.
Like it was nothing. One day, his daughter and her boyfriend showed up at the door at my house and, hey, Dad told us to come get the truck. I said, I've been trying to get your dad on the phone. Where is he? Never heard back from him. Santo, Texas is where he's from.
I'll be dang.
I did a big old outdoor concert from him and his family and at Santo Town. It's a big old event, man, and it turned out amazing. He met me. I was singing at Boomtown when Boomtown was happening, and that's him and his family. They were all there spending the night. And that's when he met me, and they had a bet. I think his wife said, that's Neil McCoy. He said, no, that's Trini Triggs. She said, no, I bet you that's Neil McCoy. So she lost the bet. Then that night when he met me, gave me $2,000.
Damn.
Didn't even know me. He said, hey, this is for you. This is a tip for singing tonight. Here's my card. Call me. I want to do something with you. And that's how that started. But about a 6-7 month run with him.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I met several people over the years doing that, though. And then I just took a break.
Yeah.
You know. I just took a break and started doing a business and Natchitoches and stuff, a little foreign business and training and family and grandkids.
Yeah.
Nothing better than that, boy.
Yeah, man, I know. I got to meet you I probably met you around that time.
Yeah.
When it was probably in the late 2000s, I believe I met you. And we've known each other since then. But you've done a lot since then,
I've done a lot, yeah.
And
I've done a lot in that period of being with Curb. You know, every singer, their dream is to play the Grand Ole Opry, the mother church of every venue. I probably played it 10 times.
Man, I know I talked to you about this the first time you were on, but there's so many people that probably didn't even know who we were then. Yep. Me especially. Yep. They probably knew who you were. But what does that feel like? Like, what did it feel like the first time walking on that stage?
Well, just from knowing the greats that have played there, like, dang, man, if I get to play that, wow. Your thinking is, I've made it.
Yeah.
And every country singer will tell you that, man, if you step in that circle at the Grand Ole Opry, you're thinking, the feeling is, man, I made it. Made it is different for different people. Made it could be that I signed a record deal and my song is played everywhere and they're buying it in stores. That's made it because everybody know you. Another made it is I was super successful and made it and I got $10 million in the bank. So it's two different types of made it. When you hear people say I made it, you know what I'm saying? So that to me was that type of feeling. Man, I made it. Grand Ole Opry, all of the greats were there, And my first opportunity to sing there is when I was in this studio. We were recording songs, and I had a song called "One Mississippi, Two Mississippi." Charlie Pride is from Mississippi, so I got to thinking, I wonder if Charlie Pride would sing this song with me on my album. So the producer, Chuck Howard, made a phone call to Charlie Pride's publicist, and he said yes immediately. Absolutely, I want to. So long story short, we were in the studio cutting that song with Charlie Pride, and Charlie Pride was also booked to play the Grand Ole Opry. He said, hey, I'm doing the Grand Ole Opry, and I got 2 slots. Would you want to take one of my slots?
Did you fall out?
Just about. Who gets to do that?
Yeah, because
who gets to do that?
You already got a dream come true. He's coming into the studio with you, and he's there, and he turns around and says, "Hey, man, you want to go Opry with me?" Like it's just like, "Hey, it's just another Tuesday or whatever."
Like a double bucket list check off, So what artists wouldn't want to sing with one of their favorites, I had several favorites. Charlie Pride was one, definitely, and the level of a star he is and legend he is to be on the album with me. Yeah, it's like, wow, that's pretty cool right there. Yeah, that's still cool to think about it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, he was one of the best to do it.
Yeah.
And a pioneer.
Yeah. And at the time, Charlie Pride wasn't even on a label. I was the only black country artist on a label, period.
Really?
Nobody else was signed on a label, So it was wide open. Wide open. And actually, the first single was Strait Tequila, and it did really well. All right, ready for this one. Strait Tequila. Mike Curb had 3 labels. He had MCG, which is Mike Curb Group. Yeah. That's the label I was signed on. He had Universal, which was Winona, the head person.
Right.
Then he had Curb Records. That was Tim McGraw. Gotcha. Right when Strait Tequila was on the chart for about 17 weeks, just killing it, selling lots of singles, my label shut down.
Damn it, boy.
Everybody that believed in me, you had, they're called regionals, A&R regionals that go out and work your record everywhere. All the people that believed in your song, and I mean, they're in California and Florida, they will all let go. The head of A&R let go.
Yeah.
So luckily, I wasn't let go. Right. I was moved over to Curb Records or Asylum Curb. But at that time, they had just signed a new guy, and they were promoting his new single, a guy named Shane McAnally.
Right.
So Strait Tequila there was nobody to work it. So it started falling off the chart. But back then, they had an A-side and a B-side songs that you were at stores. The B-side to Strait Tequila was Horse to Mexico. Radio stations picked up on that, and it started flying up the chart on its own. So the label said, hey, we have no choice to get after this song.
Yeah, we got to ride it. Yeah,
we got to ride this song. It's already doing on its own without any money behind it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Horse to Mexico was the most played song of all country songs ever at one of the biggest stations in the country, a 99.5 The Wolf in Dallas, Texas. It was the most played songs out of any country songs out of any artist back in that time.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Leanne Rimes, because she's from the area, held the record, and I beat her out because they played it every day, all day, 10 times a day. It was a huge, huge hit in that market right there.
And what year was that?
That was right after Strait Tequila, so 98.
98.
So you had 97 Strait Tequila as 98, and it went for several weeks. So as 98 was getting ready to come to a close, Horse to Mexico came out.
Okay.
And that kept me alive. It put me back out there. So went back out on a radio tour, just visiting all the radio stations around the country. So that was a pretty cool thing there. So.
And you've developed a lot of good relationships with like some legendary artists over the years too. I mean, you mentioned Tracy Lawrence. I know you're close with him. Neil McCoy. I know you're close with him. And just working with Charlie Pride, who else is on that list? Because I know you have
so many amazing artists, from Tracy Bird, Montgomery Gentry with Troy and Eddie, all those guys, man.
Legends, man.
Well, how the connection happened is the label would send you out to celebrity golf tournaments, and that's where you met those guys. They were all there. Celebrity softball games. Vince Gill's pitching to me. Who gets that?
Man.
Kenny Rogers is on my team.
What?
Yes. Charlie Pride's on my golfing team. I'm riding in the car with Charlie Pride. Matter of fact, I get him to call Brooke, my fiance. I'm getting married April 12th. He said, Brooke, I'm sitting here with your fella. I think we still have that recording. So, yeah, that's the guys that I would hang out with for years.
Yeah.
Get on their tour bus and ride to the next show with them. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a lot. But and then you've brought it all the way back now, because since I've talked to you last, I mean, we've seen each other, but since I've talked to you in this setting, now you're with one of the largest country stations in North Louisiana.
Yeah.
And that's super exciting too, to be part of that. Like, what does that feel like? Let's talk about that. How did that happen?
Yeah, the program director, Big Ant, is known around here from KMJJ station, Anthony Simmons, and he called me and said, hey, man, first of all, they asked me to come sing at an event they were having there at the radio station, Cumulus Media. So I went and performed there and stuff, and just wowed the people, with my personality and stuff like that. To strangers never met me. They all like, dang, who is this guy? Yeah. He said, man, you know what, Trini, we're losing a guy. So would you be interested in coming being our main morning show guy? We build a whole radio station around you, type of thing like that. I said, I don't know, man. I live in Natchitoches. That's I happen to get up pretty early in the morning, to come up here, man. That's a tall order, right? I don't know because I had been working at a smaller station, radio station in Natchitoches.
Which was also, you had a great following there. I come on that show with you a couple times. That was fun.
94.9 The River.
Shout out to them. That's a cool time, yeah.
So I said, let me think about it. I went home and said, you know what? If I want to get back out there, this is the perfect way to get my name back out there. Get on that radio station. To all of those younger people who don't know who I am, they're going to know who I am now. To all of the ones that remembered me singing, it's going to reel those guys back in. I see what I told Brooks, I think I'm going to go do it. If I want to get back out there, because out of sight is out of mind.
Yeah.
And I said, if I go do it, I think it may open up some other doors too. So that's why I said yes.
Yeah, and you're rolling with that every morning?
Yeah.
During the week?
Killer. Monday through Friday, I'm the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. morning show.
Got you.
And it's huge now. I've brought so many people back to radio.
I know I've been watching you. Yeah. You're having local artist segments, you're having local business segments. Your shout out to highlighting fitness. It's like you're doing.
I'm trying to cover it all, man, to bring the interest back into that, and and then make it all about the people,
And they were like, cool, do what you want.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot of labels big labels like that. No,
they don't let you do
They
that.
put your thumb on you, They won't let you bring in new artists. I mean, local artists and play the music. You just don't do it. So the guys here in this area, they're lucky that they're letting me do it. So hopefully they won't stop me because it's drawing in a lot of people.
It's great, man, because you're doing lives too. I mean, there's so much new traffic.
Yeah.
New traffic, and it brings excitement back to local, local music. I feel like too,
Exactly.
And that's a flagship radio station.
Exactly.
I mean, how long have they been in operation?
Legendary.
Yeah,
it is legendary.
I mean, how many major artists have been on that station?
Matter of fact, I did a thing with I was with Tracy Lawrence, and I got him to give me a shout out. Say, hey, y'all listen to Trini Triggs in the morning. He said, matter of fact, Trini, that is the station I grew up to. He said, KRMD is my, because he would listen to it from where he lived.
And he's Texas.
He was still, So Tracy Lawrence, that radio actually is my station I grew up to. KRMD is legendary, man. So I got him to give me a little shout out, put it out there on the radio and on social media and stuff like that, though.
And so, what has it been like stepping out of the spotlight for a amount of years and then coming back into it, and the entire way the music industry has changed since you were,
it's definitely changed.
And so, what's your plans moving forward, and kind of what's your strategy, and what do you have going on that you can talk about, I guess? Or
of course, for a lot of folks that don't know, back then we didn't have any social media. As a matter of fact, we didn't even have a cell phone.
No.
I had to stop. I had a beeper. I had to stop at a payphone to call my management, to call the lawyers, and so we didn't have any stuff like that. So back then we had TV. Yeah. I was all over TV. We had magazines they don't have now. Country Weekly magazines, all that stuff like the Entertainment Today. I was in all those magazines every week doing something. I was on CMT Music. I was on GAC, Country Music Show, Crook and Chase, Primetime Country. So I was always on TV. They don't have that now, but I think the stuff they have now is stronger than the TV stuff.
I do too, because it's not limited to any one audience.
Yeah.
It's worldwide.
It's worldwide. So to break back into something like this, you got to have that social media thing, man, something that's catchy, that goes viral. You got to get something to go viral. And to me, even when I'm at the radio station, I tell people, hey, it's okay to like it, but please share it.
Yeah.
Sharing is the biggest thing. So whoever watches this here, go share this.
This is going to be a big one.
Go share this broadcast, because that's what's most important, because it goes to everybody else's page. When you like it, it doesn't send it anywhere. Sharing it is what you want. So
yeah. And so what are you writing anything now?
I've been writing some songs slowly.
What's the temperature of your reintroducing this new album, whatever you're going to do? What does it feel like as far as the sound?
I still want to be me. You talk about style.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
But because that sound that I had is coming back anyway.
I know.
People are loving that.
So you really don't have to reinvent yourself or anything. You just got to kind of reintroduce yourself.
Reintroduce myself. Zach Top killing it.
He's playing.
Kojo killing it. Those cats are killing it, man.
We're going to Hogs for the Cause in 2 weeks to compete in the biggest barbecue competition we do. It's a nationwide thing in 2 weeks. And Zach Top and Charlie Crockett are going to be there. I was like, it's going to be cool. It's a good time.
So I still think that sound, just a newer, fresher, but it's still that sound. But the sound like they have it now, country, not so 90s, but still 90s.
Man, you don't even have to buy any new clothes. You just dust off that stuff in the closet,
Dust it off,
baby.
man. Get it out the closet.
Dust off them Starks Wrangler shirts, baby. Oh, you asked me about that shirt. I want to tell you. I found that shirt at Tractor Supply, bro.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. I was just thumbing through there, and I was like, man, this is old school. It was all, tight, you could stand it up by itself and it wasn't even starched up.
It's a slim fit type of thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool looking, man. But I think just be me. Same look, same personality, same showman and charisma. I don't have to reinvent anything. Just get myself back out there. I think what a great song.
Yeah.
Go take a catchy, great song, because people, they're dying for it. There's so many people on social media now. I kind of don't like it's like everybody's bandwagon jumping.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't stand that.
For sure,
man.
yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
You're just jumping on it because you think it's cool now.
They're chasing they'll chase a trend and then try to ride that trend into some sort of recognition for themselves, It's just our attention span's so much shorter. So I mean, even if you jump on a wave, you can't ride it that long anymore. You know, but I mean, you don't need. And I'm saying this from like just looking at everything that's happened in the past 20 years. Like, you don't need a label to prop you up anymore.
No,
you can do it yourself.
Yes, you can.
Now, is it bad to sign one? No, I mean, not necessarily. But I'm just saying you don't have to rely on someone to prop you up anymore. No. You can do it yourself, and I think you've created so many. Like, everyone that I've ever come across with that knows you loves you. You know, I don't think you've ever burned a bridge. Nope. And you've had created such a huge network that I think when you reintroduce this music, I really do think it's just going to ride, dude. I mean, I feel like it's just going to go because, and not only that, you've supported everything here and from Natchitoches up. Oh. Like, I mean, everything I've ever seen or been involved with, you're somewhere in the mix of that, you know, and that's saying a lot.
That's always a plus.
Of course. So
always a plus. Well, I mean, I want to get involved in even more stuff.
Right.
Here in the city, Bossier and Shreveport and stuff. You know, even bigger events that they have. Because I've always been a part of Red River Rebel. I played those, Mudbug Madness, all the stuff they would have at the Coliseum and the hockey stuff.
You're the largest attraction in Natchitoches Christmas, which is a massive event.
Massive event. Massive.
They literally, if people don't know this, the whole town, your cell phone won't even work.
Yeah. There's so many people
during that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Entire.
And I was like one of the highlights of the parade.
Yeah, every time, dude. Every time. Everybody's like, "Where's Trini at?"
Right. Grant Marshall said it's always a privilege. It was just to know that I was that and honored to do that. So, but even back in the career, man, great things happen. Right when we got signed, of course, Herbert having all of those nightclubs. Talked to Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado, and we went up there for a big meeting, and they signed me for about $600,000. To be a spokesman for them, so I had to write jingles and stuff like that. And they
I remember those cardboard prop-ups, boy.
So that was pretty cool too. Who wouldn't want to do that, man?
Hey, when they re-signed you, I want one of those for in here.
Right. And that was pretty strange. I had a tequila song out, but had a beer endorsement.
Did you ever get a tequila endorsement?
We never went for it,
dude. I know. You should re-release it and go for one. Tequila's hot right now. Like. And I have a whole tequila podcast, you know, and it's like, dude, you should go for one.
Yeah. We're gym guys. We look like The Rock, and my favorite tequila is The Rock.
Terramana, yeah.
That's the one. That's my choice, man.
Yeah.
Make my Mexican mule with it.
Hell yeah.
But that's a thought. I mean, I really believe that Strait Tequila would still be a hit right now.
1,000%.
Just go back in the studio, cut it fresh, keep it like it is, cut it fresh. Get an endorsement from a tequila cat, man.
Yeah, just keep it like it is and kind of refresh, you know, like you said. And then also, like, I remember when they played at the bar.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's timeless,
it brings you to the dance floor. And on top of having a sponsorship with Coors Brewing Company, I got asked to write and do a video for the Tennessee Titans.
Really?
Yes. The previous artists were Brad Paisley and Dee Messina. 2003, they asked me to do it, and that was pretty cool. So, and I was at home in Natchitoches when they told me about it. I said, "Oh man, that's cool." I had my daughter Kristen. Kristen was probably about 4, and I was telling my family about it, stuff like that, the football thing. And Kristen said, "Hut, hut." My young at 4 years old, she said, "Hut, hut." That's how the song starts. Hut, hut. Football is here, the best time of the year. Are you ready? We're ready to get it on. You entered the Titan zone. Anything at all you want to know, you can catch it on the Jeff Fisher Show. Coming your way, play-by-play football, Tennessee football. It goes like that, you know. It talks about the football players. And, it's pretty cool. But my daughter at 4 is the one started the song. I heard her say, "Hut, hut," say, "Hut, hut." And that's how the song starts. So we recorded it, shot a video, co-produced the song in the video and stuff like that, and that played for 2 years on the big teleprompters every home game. So that's pretty cool too.
That is cool, man.
Yeah.
Were you ever in any of those home games to like experience that? Did you go to any?
Yeah. I went to a couple of them, not many.
Yeah. How have you stayed? You also never left. Like you never. Like a lot of artists will hit big and they'll move off.
Yeah.
What made you stay home?
Well, I don't know. Just the love.
Family?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that is.
Oh, what made me say Natchitoches?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Family.
Yeah.
You know, I had the opportunity to move to Nashville, and
because most people do.
Rent-free, management would pay for it and stuff like that. Some say had I moved there, it probably would have worked out better because I'd have been there to write with other writers, which I wrote a lot of songs. And I'm kind of excited because at Curb Records Vault, there are thousands of songs I've written with top writers in that Curb Records Vault. That's a 90s country sound.
Oh, so y'all can open that back up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can go request it. Hey, my name's on it, man. Can I listen back to some of those songs I had wrote back in the day? So I think family, and for the most part, you were on the road anyway. I was on the road a lot. And then the only break, come home and then back to Nashville again. So I was up there a lot, just didn't move there. But some said had you moved there, things could have been different.
I mean, maybe at the time. I think now it doesn't matter. You know, once again, it's like you can do everything and just, you know, I mean, everything's just so much easier accessible now. You can do, you know, you can generate whatever you need to from home base, you know,
right,
and not have to go to the people, you know. But well, I mean, so what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking timeline? What are you thinking, like, what are we looking like when you're going to cut this new record? Like, what are you looking
at? I got a couple of studios I'm looking at around here because their stuff is sounding really, really good. I want to give these cats locally an opportunity. And I've heard some good stuff come out of some studios here instead of having to go to Nashville.
Right.
Got some great musicians in town.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the cats that live here, there's the one to go move to Nashville to do it. So they're pretty amazing.
There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah. So I think go in and cut a couple of songs. Pick the best one that I feel could probably really catch people's attention, because that's what you got to get. Got to catch the attention and make them want to hear more. And I think just kind of break it on social media and see what happens there, and play it on the station I'm at also.
Shameless plug. Why not?
Why not? I'm there. So
what do you think? Like, when are you thinking? Like, what are you looking like? Not to be prying. I just, you know, like.
Yeah, I would maybe end of the summer, maybe.
Nice. So quick.
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and actually, I got some things already cut. That's cut really that I cut in Nashville, but I think I want to recut them.
Okay.
I got so many songs, so many people have not heard any of them at home.
How many do you think?
I probably got at least 25 songs that I cut in Nashville.
Damn.
With the label that nobody's heard.
But they're yours.
Well, cut it through them. Yeah.
Right.
And of course, publishing companies own them because they're with writers. But the songs now that I'm writing are mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That mine ain't nobody can have no control over it because I wrote them. I produce it. I put my money behind it. So that's what you really want. Anybody else, you don't have to call a publishing company and say, hey, I want to put this song out, because otherwise you would have to get permission.
Yeah, how much money do I got to pay you to put it out?
Yeah, I want to put this song out that I wrote with one of your writers.
Yeah.
So that's how that would go. But if I wrote it here by myself or with another writer in town, that's on me, you know. So
back to that same upbeat, good time.
Yeah, man.
You didn't do a lot of sad, slow stuff.
I had them, but we didn't put them out. Yeah. I had several songs that were actually recut by like George Strait. I had one song on my album. George Strait cut it about 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was slow, and he cut it.
Which one was that?
I'm trying to think of the name of it right now off the top of my head. I can't.
What album was it?
It was my first album.
What's the name of that album? Josh, you pull up that album? Josh can pull it up.
You got to pull up songs by Trini Triggs. There you go.
Got it right here,
I love that. Songs by Trini Triggs.
Trini's
I love
so many damn songs you can't even remember.
I know it. So let's see what it comes up with. So click on songs by So scroll down. Heart Like Hers. I'll see it right now.
Okay, got you.
So you can pull up George Strait right now. He has a song called Heart Like Hers. Same song.
So he cut that too. Okay.
Yeah, he recorded it.
Nice.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
So he must have heard that song either from me singing it or the demo, and then he cut it. So I'm going to say he probably heard my version, because I think my version sounds more like what he did, but he just brought it up tempo a little bit more. But it sounds real good. Of course, George Strait singing it.
Yeah. I mean,
but just think about that. But you had a song that you cut that George Strait cut it, recut it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Well, what do you man? So I guess what's the motivation? Like, how do you get in the songwriting mindset? Like, what does that look like? How do you do that? Do you just sit out and flow, or do you
I can't just sit and say, okay, I'm gonna write a song today.
So it has to come to you
while I'm sleeping.
Really? Like dreams? Really?
And you wake up and you write it down.
Really?
Yep. Or I get a lot of stuff come to me when I'm driving. it'll hit me just out of the blue. But here lately, I haven't been able to just sit down because I haven't sat down with another writer, like a lyricist or a player, to write something. It's just been me. So they've been coming to me in my dream, or I'll hear something if I'm watching a movie, like, oh, that was catchy what they just said. Let me write that down, put some melody to it, kind of like that.
And you so you're going to work with any songwriters when you start doing this, or are you just doing it yourself?
I want to definitely collaborate.
Gotcha.
I've already talked to a few cats, man, here
have
in
you
the
met,
local
have you
area,
met
great
Blake?
writers.
Have you met Blake Griffith?
Blake Griffith. I'm trying to think.
I need to introduce you if not.
Yeah.
He's
from this area?
Yeah, he's great. He's great. He writes a lot of songs. Who's he written some songs for, Josh? He's written a couple that were cut by mainstream.
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to meet him, man. I'd love to meet him.
I think it'd be great for y'all to collaborate.
Yeah,
just not trying to matchmake or nothing, but dude, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Be cool to have him on the show, man. Talk about writing and how to inspire writers and other writers.
He was on the show. I'm trying to remember we'd have to go back and look who he cut songs for, but he's written quite a few, and I want to say George Strait might have picked one up. It's some other big artists though. Maybe Lainey Wilson took one.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Maybe I can't remember.
That is right. He has worked with Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, he's worked with her too. So
cool.
Great guy. But yeah, dude, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great for y'all to collaborate. But I just I think it's so cool how that works now. You don't have to be put in a room and introduced by all your handlers. You can facilitate this now yourself.
Yep, I control.
And you've learned so much over over the years. Like you just know what to expect. You know who's blowing smoke. You know who's authentic. I would think. So like,
and it makes a lot of sense because it brings you back also to where they had writers would write songs for me. And they would bring them to me at a restaurant. When they would say, "Hey, Trini, man, we wrote a song for you," and they were great songs. And I would bring it to the label, I'd bring it to my management, I'd bring it to the producers. Hey, man, check this out. They wrote this for me, and say, "This is my style, man. This is what I can sing right here." They didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And I did that 4 or 5 different times. And that same song that I brought to them, you would hear another artist at the top of the chart with it. Joe Diffie cut 2 of my songs that were written for me that he brought to the top of the chart. Kenny Rogers, this song, Can't Unlove You is the name of the song. They wrote it for me. The writers wrote it for me. My management team, my producers, they all turned it down because they wouldn't hear what I was hearing.
Yeah.
I could sing. That's my style of singing.
Yeah.
Sure enough, Kenny Rogers brought that thing to the top 5. Kenny Rogers, which has been out of the game forever, because if it's a hit song, no matter who sings it, it's going to the top.
Yeah.
If it's a hit song. But it's called Can't Unlove You.
I'll be damned.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. So you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot in the game.
Yep, seen a lot.
All that stuff.
Seen a lot in the game.
I think,
and I've like I said, that the reason I love everybody. I have performed for the Democratic presidents and the Republican president. President Bush, the artist, I think it was Jeff Carson at the time. He's also recently passed. He was an artist on Curb. He couldn't do it, so Curb Records called my manager and said, "Hey, do you think Trini would want to go sing in Lakeland, Florida, in front of about 30,000 people for President Bush?" I guess he was getting ready to be reelected or something like that. So I'm here to be seen also, and I have love for everybody. And sure enough, I did that, and President Bush walked on stage. First thing he said, when he walked up, the first person he saw was me. He said, "I want to thank Trini Triggs for entertaining y'all waiting on me." I did. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And you can fact check that. That's somewhere there. Anyway.
See if you can pull that up. See if we can find a photo of that.
Trini Triggs sings in Lakeland, Florida for...
Was it an inauguration or a re-election announcement?
I think. Lakeland, Florida. Trini Triggs singing Lakeland, Florida for President Bush. George Bush. And then on the other side, for the love of the Democratic side, I sang probably 3 times in a row for Al Gore.
Okay.
A family barbecue thing for him. I performed for that also several years in a row, which was a pretty big event too, So
he's gonna have to find it.
But it would be difficult to find it. But it has some marks on it. Yeah, what it is, it makes you scroll through all of that stuff on there, but it has it in there. Lakeland, Florida. I forget what year it was that he that was, but the experience was unbelievable.
I can only imagine, man.
Oh my God! So,
what's did you do any overseas stuff?
Right, another story. Right when it was time to tour overseas, my tour was set to go overseas. 9/11 happened.
Ooh, yeah.
Everything was canceled.
Yeah, of course.
There was no flying anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and that was never picked back up again. toured, doing the playing on the cruise ships and going overseas and a tour over there. All that was set with other artists, and it was all canceled.
That was yeah, and that's another thing. The overseas stuff is a whole other market.
Yeah,
because you may not have a song hit here or cut it here, release it and do nothing, and over there
it's huge.
#1 on the charts for a year.
You better know it.
It's crazy how it works.
I had so many fans from overseas, writing in because they saw the videos on CMC. Soldiers over there. Hey man, I'm in Afghanistan right now, man. Hey Trini, I'm in the Navy, man. I just saw your video, Strait Tequila. I'm on the ship right now, man. All kind of stuff like that.
That's cool.
It was real cool.
That's cool.
Well, it says it right here.
It literally says, "I want to thank Trini Triggs for performing for you all." Bush said it right there. It's in the archives in the American Presidency Project.
Like I said,
It happened.
It
did happen.
We
So
believe you.
yeah, so but I have love for everybody, both sides.
Yeah.
No matter your
Of course.
beliefs and stuff like that.
No, and I think that's important to vocalize too, man. Because look, man, we're one nation, man.
We're one nation.
One nation.
That's why I recorded a song called "We're Americans."
Yeah.
And in that song, it says that's what it says. We may have differences and stuff like that, but we're all one American.
Yeah. I think people need to remember that, man.
Yeah.
Some days.
I may not like what you have to say. I may not like what you have to say, but I'll something and stand for it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'll stand with you anyway.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like what you say, I may disagree with you, but I don't have any hate for you.
No.
You're still my friend. I still love you. I'm not going to unfriend you like people do now.
Yeah.
Please stop that. People breaking up homes and family members and stuff like that. You got to dig deeper and find more love than hatred. That's the only way we can win. We got to find more love. I truly believe that,
No, man, and I know you're an advocate for that too, man.
Yeah.
You always been a positive influence around in the room.
Yeah.
The room's always lighting up when you walk in. Have you always been like that?
Yeah.
Like just your whole life?
Yeah, it's just who I am. People always say, "Man, how are you so happy at 6 a.m, man?" It's not fake. It's just me. It's me. You'll see me at 6 a.m, smiling and happy. 11 o'clock at night, somewhere shopping, going to some store, still smiling. Like, dang, are you still smiling, dude? That's just me. It's real. It's real.
Your fan base is very loyal too. I just see that from the outside looking in, like locally and abroad. It's like that's why I'm really excited because, dude, as soon as you drop this new album, like there's just so many people that are going to get behind it immediately before they even before the people who don't know you get on it, which is awesome because you have advocates. There's a lot of people, either. I mean, even if they try to reintroduce something, they didn't stay there and hone their network.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what I want to do too, before I put anything, I want to get some concerts under my belt.
Nice.
My first live show is May 10th. Opening for Gretchen Wilson.
What?
Niagara Jazz Festival.
What?
Yeah, Gretchen Wilson's playing
Hell
down there.
yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I'm hosting it. I've hosted it, the show. For the last 4 or 5 years, I'm a host it still, but I'm actually going to play this year.
Yeah, but every year you've done it, I hadn't been able to come because we had something going on.
Because we've had Tracy Lawrence,
May 10th.
Ham Tillis. Yeah, it's May 9th and
May
10th.
9th.
May 9th and 10th.
What night are you singing?
Saturday night.
So the 10th.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll try to come to that.
Yeah, man, Jazz Fest.
That's exciting.
Yeah, a lot. And it's a big event. Lots of artists, a lot of local artists, which I love. They're on the smaller stages. And you got the big stage, right there in the center. So it's a big event. Probably about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people.
Hell yeah! So you're gonna get that one going, and do you have any more lined up
I'm
yet?
going to start booking some other stuff like up here and different
I'm
things
excited
like
about that.
So
I'm excited about that. And you're doing stuff with the casino. I saw that too. What are you doing over there?
They contacted me. They didn't know me. They were from out of town, and they were asking. They asked Tim Hook. Tim Hook.
Yeah.
They asked the guy that owns Arbuckles.
Fatty? Yeah, Fatty. Chase has been on there before, yeah.
They asked Chase also, man. And Chase, let me ask Tim. So Tim Hook said, man, hey, I got the perfect guy for y'all. If y'all want personality to host your casino and host your big room, hands down.
And they have that cowboy bar.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It says Trini Triggs is your guy.
So you're doing that now too?
So they contracted me for many. It's just Thursdays that they contracted me for.
What are y'all doing? What is it?
It's just throwing a big party.
Just
Entertainment,
what you used to do.
Fun, what I used to do.
It like Rocky Rodeo stuff?
Yep, same time. They said
hell
that's
yeah.
what they wanted. They wanted
yeah,
that type
dude.
of style. So
Hell yeah.
So and like I say, it's at the PBR bar inside of Live Casino. It's called Cowboy Bar.
Okay.
So I'm there every Thursday for probably about another 10 Thursdays. So we'll see if the contract will be extended. So
that's exciting.
So that's pretty cool. Just to get my name out there to those folks and draw those people back in. But mainly the radio stations really helping with that. And I think once I start playing the game with a full band, that's really going to bring people back on too.
Yeah. Do you have your band together? What do you?
I don't have
You still betting that?
Yeah, I think once I'm probably going to try to book some shows first ahead of time, and use guys that's already playing with people until I build it up, because it's tough to get great players unless you already have a good schedule laid out.
Right, so they don't want to dedicate. They got to dedicate the time, make sure they're going to make money.
They're already playing, so they're already playing. So, and of course, I'll be on the lookout for some new cats that are just dynamite that's not playing.
Right.
With some energy, you know what I'm saying, like that don't have a band that want to be in the band. So I'm gonna put that out there too. Hey man, if you got the energy, if you super talented, man, ready to have some fun, let me hear what you got.
That's awesome, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to book some shows. I want to mainly target fairs and festivals because they pay more.
Yeah.
Because those typically have sponsors.
Right.
So they got money from sponsors opposed to a night. I'll probably still play some those type of venues like nightclubs and stuff like that. But I want to go probably play where I'm opening up for Tracy Lawrence, where it's already going to be a lot of people there. I don't have to worry about drawing. I'll be able to go draw from the people that he's already had.
And you'll have the same demographic.
Yeah.
Very similar, like, listeners, but different styles. But cohesively, you can mend together.
Exactly. So that's the plan.
Yeah. Dude,
that's the plan for getting back out there.
That's
so, and then
awesome,
from that, build up that social media following also, you know, from the TikTok to the Instagram, all that stuff right there.
What was it like doing all those Grams tours? Because I feel like I've been to, I don't know if they're still around. They all gone now.
He has a few.
There was one in Midland that we would go to, or Odessa.
Odessa had Graham Central Station. I think it was like 8 or 9 bars in one. It was huge.
That was a party, bro.
That was a party.
Whew. Man.
That was a party there.
But what was that like playing all those places? Because they were all like little just party hubs in every major town.
Yeah, I mean, just every major town there was one. All over Texas, like I said, Arizona, Kansas, Florida, Nashville. They were everywhere. So, like I said, I played those many times, like in the big country room. Or then some of them, like the one in Odessa you're talking about, they had a big outdoor thing that you played out there. So I got a chance to play that with opening up for Rodney, the comedian guy, Rodney Carrington.
Yeah, Rodney Carrington.
And a few other artists in that venue right there. So it's pretty cool. Las Cruces, Mexico, El Paso, they were everywhere, man. So
what did you play in Mexico much?
Yeah, I played a lot in Mexico.
Horse to Mexico in Mexico?
In Mexico.
And Strait Tequila?
Actually, from the stand-up, the life-size stand-up.
Yeah.
Of course, the thing's taller than me, so it was kind of disappointing when I go up to all of the girls standing in line. I thought you were taller, and I thought you were a Mexican. They did. They really said that because I look like a Mexican in the photo.
Yeah.
They say you speak Spanish and American. we still love you, but we thought you were Mexican, Tejano, whatever.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And I got a chance, even when I'm doing some of the touring back then, I had a guy had some real popular songs on Rick Trevino. Mm-hmm. Look that up, Rick Trevino. If anybody watching, he had some big hits back in it. He is a Mexican guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was out around the same time I was out. And he had 2 big old country hits on the country chart.
I got you.
So
what was what was kind of the most legendary moment in your career to date? What do you think that would be? Or monumental to you? Not necessarily to everyone, but just to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You know, I think when I'm out there, which is pretty cool because you get to be everywhere with these cats. I'm out in the middle of a baseball field. There's Blake Shelton. There's Vince Gill. There's Barney Rowe. There's Shenandoah. There's all of these people. There's Faith Hill. There's Tim McGraw. We're all playing softball together.
That's it? Something like that?
That's pretty cool.
That is. No one ever talks about that either.
No.
And how did that happen? What was those like fundraisers? Like,
yeah, it's City of Hope celebrity fundraiser thing for the City of Hope kids.
Yeah.
There in Nashville. So, and then of course basketball. You know, Vince Gill's on my team. This is the most coolest thing ever. This is probably with one of them. I'm in the locker room getting ready. We're in boxers. It's in the halftime show entertainment with Vince Gill and Rascal Flatts.
Okay.
So I'm in the dressing room with them. We're all changing. They get to practicing the song they're going to sing right there on the bench with me in their boxers. Rascal Flatts and Vince Gill right there on the bench in the dressing room.
That's a powerhouse too, man.
That's powerhouse.
Vocal.
Just things like that are just so freaking cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like saying in the Grand Ole Opry with Porter Wagner, these Little Jimmy Dickens,
Yeah.
all of those cats, you know, legendary country artists. I'm there at the Grand Ole Opry with them. A lot of these newer guys ain't gonna get a chance to experience that because them cats gone. A lot of them
Yeah.
be gone,
Yeah.
so they ain't gonna get a chance to be there with them. You know, Ricky Stack, all of, just so many of them. So being there and backstage and in the dressing room.
Was that building? Is there an energy? Do you feel like an energy in there?
Oh yeah. I guess as an artist, man, walking up to it, you're already getting just something
Yeah.
like a power coming to you, like, oh man, I'm about to walk into this building, man.
Yeah.
Artist entry. Got my name on the door back there. Kenny Chesney's right there. The nights I played, it was Kenny Chesney for one of the nights, and of course all of the greats. Kenny Chesney's door is right down from mine. Another time I played, Brad Paisley was one of the artists there on one of my nights, and just many other different artists too. Steve Warner. A lot of people may not remember that name. Phenomenal guitar player.
I remember that name.
Holes in the Walls of Heaven.
Yeah.
Big smash song. So, but just stuff like that, being able to be in the presence of all these guys.
Have you played it? I've talked to other artists about this, but because they said similar things. Grand Ole Opry's crazy monumental compared to here, but like just at the Municipal. Have you played there?
I have not. That is
like people do say that. They say there's some type of energy. I guess because the Hayride was there. Elvis played there. Hank Williams Sr. played there. Hank Williams Jr. played there.
So yeah, that is one of my calls I'll be making to the people that book the shows there, and the other little place that are booking artists, Strand.
The Strand, yeah. There's a Strand.
Louisiana.
Oh, Grandstand. Dude, that venue is phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's probably the most intimate venue I've ever been to in my life. So I just recently heard Marcus King play there.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Dude, it was.
So.
I mean,
I want to reach out to those cats and have a Trini Triggs night, maybe with like a little opener person.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Sell it out and stuff like that.
It's just like an acoustic set, dude, and it's just.
Yeah, I would love that intimate thing.
I don't know, Josh, you've been there because you watched somebody play the weekend before that or something. I can't remember. Who did you see there?
I filmed there.
You filmed there. That's what it was. Yeah, that's right. Because you filmed with Leaf and them there, I believe.
Yeah. But I filmed like Muss. I filmed.
Yeah, Muss Gillum.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys that are famous enough that I should know who they are. That I
yeah. Right.
But they I don't know what it is about the acoustics in there. It's insane. It's just I don't even know how that. It's crazy.
So that's a couple of places that got my eye on.
That'd be awesome
to do that. So have a Trini Triggs night over there for that. So
hell yeah, dude.
See if we can sell it out. So I'm gonna sell it out.
Oh, I know you'll sell it out. I know you'll sell it out.
So if whoever books it over there here right now, reach out to me. I'll reach out to you. I'm gonna sell it out.
We'll
Just give me a date and I'm gonna sell it out. So.
Well, before we wrap this thing up, any last shout outs, anything else we didn't talk about you may want to mention?
Well, man, just like I said, it's been an unbelievable career, and I did make it. You
beyond made it. I can tell you that right now. Just being in the room with you.
I didn't make millions of dollars, but as an artist and whatever I've experienced and records I've had out on the radio, and I've had many Billboard songs, many of them from Heaven on Earth. I had a #1 song in the country on the Christian chart called Heaven on Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, #1 song on that chart. I've had many opportunities of having songs on soundtracks, compilation CDs. There's probably 10 compilation CDs where I'm on the same album with Alan Jackson and Tim McGraw and Lee Greenwood and all of those cats,
Yeah.
And all you do is pull up compilation CDs and it'll be on there. So that's been amazing to be a part of that, knowing you're on the same album with some of these cats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A Toby Keith on the same when you going down. That's Toby Keith.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Faith Hill #5. Oh, it's Trini Triggs #7 right here. All of that's pretty cool, man. Who wouldn't want to be on something like that? Compilation CD with all of these incredible people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been amazing, to be a part of it. And I've had an amazing career, over the years. So that a lot of people don't know. There's so many things I can go on and on talking about it. We'll be here all day long. I mean, what I've experienced.
Yeah, you've already told me a bunch of stuff I didn't know. We've already talked, and this is all even more information I didn't know about. I mean, I'm sure you have. Yeah, man, it's definitely something to write a book on, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Believe me, my sister been pushing me. She lives in Manhattan. I know somebody up here, man, that's really good. I've already told them about you to write your story. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, it's a radio station in Nashville. It was just released to Apple. Color Me Blind or something like that. They interviewed me and it just went out telling the story. And her name's Reese Palmer. Okay. And she said, I'm just going to tell y'all right now, all of you guys that are out there, Kane Brown, Shabuzi. If y'all think y'all were the first, she calling them out. She said, Darius Rucker, if y'all think y'all were the first, you were not.
Yeah.
Trini Triggs was the first. He paved the pathway for y'all, along with Charlie Pride. Charlie Pride was gone out of listeners' eyes or something, and Trini Triggs came on the scene, and he was everywhere. So if y'all don't know the name, look it up. So if you think you were the first, you wasn't. She called him out.
Let them know. You heard it there. You heard it here.
So,
well, man, I'm just I'm excited for you. I'm excited to know you, for these years I've known you, and also just to see everything that's kind of reigniting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you still got plenty of volume left on you.
And I definitely got to mention this. A little bit less than a year ago, I was honored to receive something, being inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame.
I reached out to you. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, sir. Congratulations on that. So, that's a huge achievement.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. So
yeah, especially like just the pioneers that come from the state. You know what I mean, and the people that are in that.
So it'd be good to have to check that off. And beside my name, it says Trini Triggs Music Hall of Fame. To know that that's listed there,
Hell yeah, dude.
So cool. Well, thank you for having me, man. Shoot.
I love it, man. We'll do it. We'll do
it. What's happening?
You get this tour going. Let me know. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it some more.
Appreciate it, brother.
Awesome, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah.